guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. It means a lot to me, and today I'm going to show you how I get ready for a concert. Now, the first thing I do is prime my eyes so the eyeshadow stays all night long. The next logical step would be eyeshadow, and I'm going to start off with the color Sin on my Naked One palette. And I'm just going to brush this color all over my whole lid. Alright, up next is the shade Sidecar, and it's a little bit darker but just as shimmery, and this is going to go on the outer half of my lids. Now I'm taking my blending brush and I'm using the shade Hustle to go in my crease. Try to excuse me if I look a little bit distracted. I'm also watching American Horror Story while I'm doing my makeup in this video. Whoops. And sorry I didn't picture it, but right now I'm just putting the highlighter shade on the inner corners of my eye and underneath my brow bone. And now it looks like we're jumping over to the face makeup. This is the Amazonian Clay BB Tinted Moisturizer from Tarte in the shade Light. And I'm just going to apply this lightly all over my face. I'm not one for full coverage foundations, just because I don't think it's very good for your skin. But I really enjoy this one. Up, I am using the translucent Revlon Photo Ready Finish Powder, and this just sets my foundation, and it's definitely not a high-end brand, but it does its job. Alright, next we have our Smashbox palette, and it looks like I'm about to fill in my eyebrows. I'm using the medium color because there's not really one suited for redheads, but this is just about the closest. And next up is the highlighting, one of my favorite parts. I'm using the highlighter that comes in the Smashbox palette, as well as one of the Urban Decay highlighters called Luminous, and I'm just putting this on my cheeks as well as down my nose. And now for the contour. Forgive me if I'm not doing this right because I don't do it very often, but I picked the shade that's more brown instead of orange because I always think the orange looks kind of funny, and I'm just putting it in like the hollows of my cheeks and on the forehead. I follow that rule where like you make the 3 on your face. I kind of think it turned out good, and I'm also putting it on my nose just to give it some definition. Next up is this new blush that I got from Too Faced. I got it because I like the shimmer in it, and I'm just going to apply this evenly to the apples of my cheeks. Alright, going back to the eyes, we have this NYX gel eyeliner in black, and I'm just using an angled brush to give myself a little bit of a wing. And I realized that this is really hard to do in the viewfinder, so I went back to that mirror and did it properly so it would turn out good. There we go, look at how good that looks, and now I'm applying the Too Faced mascara. This is one of the best mascaras that I've used, definitely. It just stays on really well, and it's good at lengthening and doesn't clump, and I would highly recommend it. And since the concert I'm going to is Christmas themed, I figured red lipstick was definitely the way to go. This liquid lipstick is by Fiona Styles. I've had it forever, and unfortunately the actual name of the product, or of the color itself, has rubbed off. But I really like this brand because it is very long lasting and doesn't bleed or feather. The last part of this look is my hair, which I'm just curling very simply. I sprayed heat protectant on it, and I'm using my Hot Tools curling iron. I think this was the first curling iron I ever got, so I've had it for years, so I'm not exactly sure if they sell it anymore, but as I'm curling alternate ways, just so it doesn't create one big curl. And then once I finish this layer, I'm going to do the top. And then after this, I'm going to spray my hair with some Pantene hairspray. So here is pretty much the final look. I hope you guys like this, and I'll put in some clips from the concert that I went to just so you can get a feel of how it was. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!
Nothing is a waste if you learn